Everybody wants painted cabinets until they have painted cabinets because painted cabinets don't like water, and there's a lot of water exposure in your kitchen, especially around the sink. And I'm sorry to tell you, but your cabinets may end up looking like this one day, or even worse, or who knows, maybe they look like this right now. The good thing is this is preventable, and lucky for you, I know how to fix this. And I gotta say, guys, there's really nothing I can't stand seeing more than seeing attachments on the inside of doors. Like, you have the entire cabinet to put storage in. Why are you hanging stuff on the side of the cabinet? All you're doing is weighing down the door, which is gonna wear out your hinges, and then you're putting stuff like wet sponges on these racks. And as you now know, painted cabinets don't like water. This is just a recipe for disaster. See, even the dog doesn't like it. The fact of the matter, it's really not that hard to prevent this stuff, which we'll go over in a minute. But first, you gotta learn how to fix this stuff, and that's not all that hard either. You just gotta have the right products, knowing when, where, and how much to actually use them. The first step in all this is having a clean surface to work with, because how do you expect your repairs to hold up and actually come out halfway decent if your cabinets are dirty? I mean, your cabinets shouldn't be dirty, right? You are cleaning them on a regular basis, aren't you? Just like you do your floors and your countertops and everything else. Well, if you're not, you should probably start, because this will help make the finish last a whole lot longer. Because all those food, oils, and greases seep into the paint over the years, and sometimes you just can't get it out and you have to refinish. But I like to use this kitchen cabinet and furniture cleaner. I get this stuff off Amazon. It's great because it's plant-based, it's not toxic, it's not gonna harm the finish, doesn't leave any streaks or shines or residues like most cleaners leave behind. And what's really cool, it comes with this little scrub brush, which is an excellent tool for getting to all the little nooks and crannies. Makes your job a whole lot easier. I forgot to show the label in this video so you guys know what to look for, but I'll just put a link in my bio so you guys know where to find it. So the top end of this door actually didn't have any water damage. It's all focused on the bottom where it's really bad, but it's got these light edges that are pretty worn, and around the knob, it just gets touched a lot. This is a very busy cabinet going in and out all the time, so I wanted to re-strengthen the finish around the knob, make it last longer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and touch up these edges with the artist brush, get the paint right where I want it, and then fix any peeling, water damage like on this moldings and stuff like that. Then I'm just gonna mask off and give this stuff a spray with a fresh coat of paint, and we are good. And this feathers right out into the rest of the cabinet doors, blends in really, really well. And yes, I know it looks pretty textured right now, but the paint is very fresh and wet. But as it dries, it lays down, it sucks in and flattens out and dulls out and everything else that it's supposed to do. It does that over the next couple hours or so. Congratulations if you made it this far, because we are about to get into the good stuff. The bottom of these cabinets were absolutely trash. They were destroyed, they were cracked, they were loose, we had to glue them. A lot of peeling paint. And we won't spend too much time on this. You get the idea. We're sanding the peeling paint down until we get a solid base. I'm using 120 and then going behind it with 320. Feathers out nice and smoothly. You don't want to feel any ridges or anything like that. Get the flaking stuff off, basically. All right. And you can see on the bottom edge of this door, there's actually like a bubble, and that's the MDF bubbling up from getting water inside there. There's not really a lot we could do with this, because doing a repair is just very extensive, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a little bit more noticeable than what it is. So without being able to fully refinish this in the shop, where we could work on it on a bench and spray the whole door after, doing an on-site repair, we're gonna let this one stay, 8 on the side of caution. Now I'm gonna use this epoxy putty to fill in this giant chunk that was missing from this cabinet. Big gouge here. I will warn you, this one is for the pros, because you only have a few minutes of working time with it. So when you get it on there, you wanna get it on there pretty smooth. This stuff is great because it's as hard as a rock, but it doesn't sand like wood. It's a lot harder to sand than wood does. So once you put it on there and then you start sanding after, you're gonna sand more wood than the epoxy putty, and it's just not gonna work out. So if you're new to this, I would probably err on the side of caution and use a wood filler or Bondo. It's much easier to sand. This stuff is great because it dries really fast, really hard, but you gotta get it on there smooth to start with. Otherwise, you're screwed. The next thing we're gonna do is address this whole bottom edge here. It's pretty beat up, and I wanna get a nice solid even seal across this whole thing. So I'm gonna pop these doors off and then go to town sanding on it. This ain't rocket surgery. All you're doing is making it smooth. So, you know, if there's small nicks and chips, you're gonna sand them out till it's smooth. And then the bigger ones, we're just gonna fill in using, you know, whatever filler you want. You wanna use your wood filler, go ahead, or Bondo, or you could use this epoxy putty if you know what you're doing. But either way, you just wanna get it looking nice, because however it feels is going to relate to how it looks. So if you feel a little bump somewhere, you're gonna see a little bump somewhere after you paint it. So if it feels smooth, it's going to look smooth. And we do that throughout. And then there's also some areas where I want to caulk these seams here where it's cracking open. This is just going to make a world of difference once we apply the paint. So I go ahead and mix up my primer because I want to get a nice base coat on here, like I said before. So we're going to do a couple coats of primer on here. And as you can see, I'm doing the old hold the paper towel where you don't want the paint to go method. Cuts back on my masking time, and you know what? You get this down, you could get pretty good with it, and it does a pretty great job. As long as you got something covering on the floor, which obviously you could see that I do. So I think I did pretty good here. And once that's down, we're gonna do a couple coats of paint. So 2 coats of primer, we're gonna sand it down, we're gonna do 2 coats of paint, and now we got a nice, strong, durable finish on there yet again. Now we just gotta repeat that whole painting process on the doors, but they're not exactly ready for paint yet because we gotta sand this epoxy putty down and get that ready now that it's dry and hard. And I said it's hard to sand, not that it's impossible to sand. And when you got a skill like me, you could sand just about anything. So we're gonna sand this down, get it nice and smooth and flush, vacuum up the floor, mask off this door, give it a couple coats of primer, couple coats of paint, and we are on our way. We are almost done. Now everything looks pretty good, so I just go around and I like to eyeball everything and take a good look over. Just do a little bit of tiny touch-ups here and there where it needs to with an artist brush. It's the finishing touches that really go a long way. And this is our final results, people. The moment you've been waiting for. These are our brand new old doors without refinishing them, but repairing them, restoring them on site. I'd say we did a pretty good job here. And, you know, would they come out better in the shop and refinishing them fully? Absolutely. But that wasn't in today's budget for these doors. And we were able to do the entire kitchen in a single day. Clean, touch up, restore, repair everything, and you're back to pretty much almost new. So, hope you liked it. If you did, follow along for more.